Hey, thanks for watching. My name's Justin. I'm a multi-species angler fishing in southern Utah. I'm not a professional, just a guy who likes to fish and help others fish. My buddy Lance and I are at Baker Reservoir. It's early January 2023. The air and water temps are in the 40s, and as you can see, the water clarity is low. We're fishing under overcast skies, and it's almost a full moon. There's wipers, there's trout. They put bass in them, but they were fry, so they're small. They'll eventually be okay. There might be some accidental smallmouth in here. I don't know if they survived before they drained it, but there were, they had a reputation for having some big brown trout in here.
Really?
Yeah. One here behind you, just kind of drifting. If you've watched any of my trout fishing videos before, you won't be surprised to hear that I'm again slowly trolling size 5 flicker shads from Berkeley. I never needed to switch up today. On one rod I had one in a racy shad pattern, and on the other a fathead minnow pattern. And depending on how much line you let out and how fast you're trolling, they'll run anywhere from 5 feet to 10, maybe 12 feet deep. They will suspend on the paws, and I've actually caught fish that way just sitting still. I think the key for trolling in the winter when the water is cold is just going slow. Paddling just fast enough to cause your rod tip to wobble a little. Doesn't hurt to coast and pause every now and then. They will bite on the paws. Another key to winter fishing in general is just patience. Keeping your expectations lower than when you're fishing in warmer seasons, because it probably won't be fast action. Trout, of course, will bite when it's cold, even under the ice, but their metabolism is going slower, so you gotta be patient. Baker Reservoir is showing a lot of promise. If the water levels stay consistent this year, we should eventually expect to have some good bass fishing there as well. We could see some trout survive year-round and grow bigger. I'm interested in seeing how both the largemouth and the hybrid bass, the wipers, fare, as they are both more resilient species than the trout. The wipers especially grow fast and mature quickly, and they are a blast to catch. He's a little guy. Now, there's not really any key area to target on the lake. I've caught fish all over the lake. I spent most of my time on this trip cruising the east side, maybe about 100 feet off the bank or so. Of course, the dam and the spillway areas always hold potential, and you should know that the North Shore gets pretty shallow. This is nice, they come right off of the net. If you are targeting trout, which you probably are, you'll see them breaking the surface all over the lake, and I suspect that they suspend and eat bugs off the surface. Curiously, I cut open a trout a couple weeks ago from Baker that had crawdads in its stomach, which I've never heard before, but I guess if you're hungry enough, even a trout will eat crawdads, whatever is available. It came right off. So if you're like me and a little frustrated and bored with the tiny trout recently stocked in the urban ponds in St. George, Baker is a fairly close option if the weather is decent. It's even better if you can get away from the shore in a kayak or a float tube. I'm still watching the reports to see when a fresh stock of rainbows were released in the local lakes in St. George. Off the head, man. Maybe early February, I'll watch the weather, hope for a few warm days, and make a trip up to Enterprise or Newcastle. Anyway, from Baker, I ended up catching a dozen or so fairly average trout, but it was a nice afternoon. Till next time, tight lines, anglers. Woo, he's a jumper. Come on, quit spinning.